Right, hello guys, and welcome back to the channel here. Thanks very much for having a wee look here. So just to let you know, before we get started, this wee video here today is going to be about modifying the Yuneek ST16 controller for the Typhoon H. You might have seen in a previous video that I've already modified my H with the two new external antennas to the rear of the landing gear. And this time now I'm going to be doing the modification to the ST16 to make it very similar to the ST16 Plus, which now has the antennas on the top of the controller, two 2.4s, one either side and one 5.8 in the middle. So basically what I'm going to do now is turn the ST16 into an ST16 Plus in preparation for the new Itelite range extending antenna, which is designed for the ST16 Plus. It's slightly different in that the new Itelite, which hasn't been released yet, but it's on its way. I know it's coming, so that's why I'm doing this modification. It comes with 3 antennas built into the front of the panel. Obviously 2 for the 2.4 sides for your control and telemetry, and 1 for your 5.8 for your video. Link coming from the CGO3 or COG or COG3 or whatever you want to call it. But basically that's what I'm doing. I'm modifying the ST16 to be the same as the ST16 Plus in preparation for the new Itelite range extending antenna, because I'm buying this new antenna coming for the ST16 Plus, and I know that with modifying the H now with the 2 external antennas and modifying the ST16 here, whenever I finally, there it is here, so we're going to modify it here. So it's going to have 2.4 here. We're going to do away with this 5.8 and put it in the, not exactly in the middle, it can't go exactly in the middle. So we're going to put the 2.4 and 5.8 more or less in the middle. You'll see there's a screw post in the middle here which goes through, and it's the same on the ST16 Plus. It has that screw post in it with the screw through, so you can't go dead center, you have to step over to the side by about 5 mm or so to allow fitment for the reverse polarity SMA connector to come out through the top. So that's what the plan is today anyway. So we're getting this all ready, getting it all hooked up, and hopefully whenever this is all complete, the H will be done, the ST16 will be done, and then maybe in a week or 2 time I'll be doing the lens modification as well to the H also. The reason I'm doing this is not so much to get range. You know, I'm not looking for to fly big long distances, and here in the UK anyway we have a 500 metre line of sight VLOS rule in play, which means we're not allowed to fly out of line of sight or beyond 500 metres, which is quite hard whenever you don't have telemetry to tell if you can see for very far, but that's the rules anyway. So it's not to get me long range, don't get me wrong, it's not for long range, it's more, I noticed there the odd time when even flying within 500 metres, video link starting to lag, drop out, coming back, you know, and if it does drop out, if video link drops out, your recording stops automatically, you know. So I'm trying to extend the range on the 5.8 side, not so much to make it go further, but so I have stronger gain on my video link whenever I'm within range, to keep that video link there. And the same with the 2.4, I want to be sure that I have video link and that I have control of the Typhoon H. So that's the reason we're going to go ahead with this mod. So you're going to need a few tools anyway. First of all, you're going to need a 1.5mm hex screwdriver. Then you're also going to need a T10 Torx bit, but it's not just a normal Torx driver. I couldn't find a Torx screwdriver like this. It's the anti-tamper type, whereas in the very end of the wee Torx piece here is a wee pinhole, because the screws on the ST16 has a wee pin sticking out, so you need the Torx bits with the hole so you can get the Torx to go down in to the screw correctly. And it's a T10, so you're going to need the T10 and a 1.5mm hex drive, a couple of wee small screwdrivers, wee tiny precision screwdrivers, maybe a wee pair of tweezers, a few drill bits. I recommend if you don't have a stepper bit to bring you up to 6mm, get a 2, a 4 and a 6mm to bring you up for drilling the hole for the SMA connector, and of course a wee ruler. You know, you might need a couple of other things. We'll figure that out whenever we go along here and work our way through this video here, but it shouldn't take too long. This is probably one of the easiest mods to do as compared to the H. The ST16 should be a doddle, we hope. Fingers crossed. You know, and whenever we're doing this, I'll talk a wee bit more about antennas as well, because I've got a, for the meantime, while I'm waiting on the new Itelite antenna for the ST16 Plus to arrive, in the meantime I'm going to be fitting a 2.4 gigs antenna, but this isn't really the ideal type of antenna for it. You know, it's not a matched antenna, this is actually a Wi-Fi antenna, and I've cut a wee tiny little bit off the top of it, you know, about a millimetre off the top of it, just to make it a wee bit more resonant on the actual operating frequencies of the ST16. But so I don't recommend that you fit these to your ST16 for continuous use. If you do this modification to the ST16 but you're not wanting to buy the Itelite range extender antenna, which is designed for the 16 Plus, I advise you to get in contact with Yuneek and pick up a spare Yuneek 2.4 gigs antenna. It's completely different inside than a dipole antenna, and it's matched and set up for the ST16. So my advice is, if you're going to do this mod to give you the 2.4 telemetry and control link antennas, buy yourself a separate Yuneek part proper 2.4 gigs antenna. So with that being said, I'm going to go and finish my cup of coffee, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes and we'll start operations on the ST16. I've done this modification and you guys are going to be doing it with me. Well, in theory, you are watching this because you are maybe wanting to do the mod. So first of all, we're going to remove the antennas just to make things a bit easier. Just to let you know then too, these Itelite antenna systems that I'm going to be buying, coming from Carlos here at Typhoon H EU, they come with know the wee cables that we'll need for inside here, the wee reverse polarity SMA to UFI or PCI connectors, whatever you want to call them. So I'm just removing the wee things off my gimbals here to make it a wee bit easier to work, and I don't want to break them. I'm going to set something soft down here too. But the Itelite antenna kit, which will be available from Carlos at Typhoon H EU, comes with the wee cables. I had them. Why is it when you set something down you can never flip and find it? Right, hello again people, sorry about that there. Sorry. So these is the wee cable, forget what I was talking about. These are the cables anyway. These are the wee reverse polarity SMA connectors. These ones here I have at the minute are 12 centimeters long, and I believe the kit that Itelite are supplying comes with two cables, one at 1500 or 150 mil and one at 200 mil. I believe that's what the kit comes with. I must double check that. I'll leave down in the comments down below. I'll find out for you and put it in the comments. But basically this is the wee connectors we're going to need as well. I can't remember where I was coming or going, to be honest with you. I've been flat out today. I haven't stopped, I'm telling you. I'm stuck in Belfast and it was flipping a nightmare, traffic and everything, stuck for over an hour because they closed the West Link. I'm sick of it, don't talk to me about it. Anyway, right, so you can see I've removed the thumb or the gimbals, whatever you want to call it. I've removed them just to try and keep everything a wee bit more flush. And I'm going to put down something very soft. Now sorry about this, this is actually, I should have had a bit of foam or something a bit more professional. But I don't, so I'm going to be using this here, a nice soft fluffy blanket. Oh, isn't that beautiful? My wife loves it because it's so soft. Tough, it's mine. Right, so we're going to use that to set down the ST16 on. There we go. So something to work on. Hopefully you can see all this okay. Right, so first things first, right, you guys are running through this with me. This is the first time I've done this as well, and for the rest of you I'm sure it's probably the first time also. But what was I going to say? I can't remember. Right, anyway, we'll just get into it. So like I say, the Itelite antenna kit, it's been designed by Itelite for the ST16 Plus, which is what I want to turn my ST16 into. You know, it's going to have 3 antennas built in rather than the 2 that you can buy for the ST16. And the way it's been designed with the 2.4 gigs and the 5.8 gigs antennas, the gain, whenever you do the modification to your H with the 2 external antennas to try and maximise its effective range, and gain, whenever you do the modification to this also with the two antennas and the one 5.8. It's to try and even out as much as possible the transmission receive distance between the two frequencies. So 2.4 and 5.8, they're trying to narrow the range difference to try and keep them about the same. So if you lose out and you lose video, you're at the more or less at the range that you're going to lose control type thing, which should give you, whenever you do the modification to the H and the modification to the ST16, turn it into a plus more or less and stick the Itelite antenna on. In theory, you should be looking about 3 kilometers, maybe more range, and I'm sure you will get more out in the wide open spaces. But again, we're talking about 2.4 gigahertz frequencies here. No matter what you have on 2.4 and no matter what sort of power you're pushing out or whatever, it's still only going to be 2.4 gigahertz. It's line of sight. It's not going to travel around the ionosphere, you know, and get you around to the other side of the world. You know, you're not going to catch any sporadic E and be able to fly it right round, you know. But anyway, that's talking, it's going down with your radio stuff. So anyway, right, we'll get this baby open. So the first things first is the grips on the side of handles. There's screws in below these and they're tricky to get off. And they're stuck on. I've had them off before. They're stuck on, but if you just keep the handle to the side, whenever you pick them out and pop them out of the wee holes, you'll see them here. Keep them somewhere, there we go. They pop into the 3 holes and it's like sticky too. If you try not to get that dirty, the stickiness will stay, and it's just a matter of popping them back on again. So, like I say, no editing really to be done on this video here. I'm not going to start editing it and speeding it up. This is all real time while we're doing this, and whatever length of time it takes is whatever length of time it takes. For someone like me and someone like you doing this at the same sort of speeds, this is what we're going to be talking. So 1.5mm hex in the center at the top. It's always handy too, maybe a wee pair of tweezers or something. Also, do as Bo says and get yourself a wee tub to put your screws in. Drill bits and tweezers, we're going to need them after, but for now it's going to be for my screws. So that's the one, and then the rest of the screws now round is going to be the T10 Torx anti-tamper torque. So I think I was saying earlier anyway, I reckon that out of all the modifications you can do for the Yuneek H and the ST16 and stuff like that, I think doing this antenna mod to the ST16 is probably going to be the most beneficial to anybody. You know, it's going to be probably one of the easiest to do as compared to the H. Although the H wasn't too bad either, but it's a wee bit more fiddly getting the wee receiver board and stuff out, you know, to work at and take the heat shrink off and all that sort of good stuff. So this one here is probably going to be the easiest and probably going to give you the maximum gain out of the whole lot of them. So if you're thinking of doing any mods, definitely get yourself the Itelite antenna kit and do this mod first maybe if you want, you know. And we're talking to Carlos. I've already bought one of the Itelite antennas from him and it should be getting shipped up soon, and it comes with like I say, the wee reverse polarity connectors and stuff. It comes with 2 of them. I have my own and I think I'm going to get away with one to do this modification. Might leave cables and stuff just a wee bit tight and tricky to get the cover back on, but we'll see once we're in here. But like I say, the kit will come supplied with them and make things an awful lot easier for you, you know. Right. Sorry for keeping this all so quiet here. Another wee thing I should maybe want to talk to you about, if any of you is watching or on the Facebook pages there, Yuneek groups and stuff like that, the one there, the Yuneek Unique, oh, there's not many of them. There's so many Typhoon H ones, and then there's the Unique Owners Group. I've shared on the Unique Owners Group, and then I've shared the link on the other groups. I'm also looking for all you guys to get involved here. I thought it was a wee idea, and we'd all chip in like a wee bit of video from around the world, from wherever you are. You know, if you all send me a wee 10-second clip of video in the highest resolution you can. 10 seconds is working out about something like 26 megabytes or something like that, I think, in 4K, something like that. It's not very much for 10 seconds, and it's enough to be able to attach to an email. So if you don't mind, get your clips sent to me, and we'll make a video. I'm going to get all them clips. I'm not really going to edit, just going to, as the clips arrive to me in an email, I'm just going to add it on to the video, and add it on, and just add them all on. Add a wee bit of music. I'll maybe put a wee something at the start and a wee something at the finish, and I'll credit each individual clip throughout as well. These all got to mention. And I was hoping that this would be just something good and fun to do, you know. I forgot to mention, probably a good idea to remove your micro SD card there as well, because the way it sits, it just sort of catches on the wee hole on the edge of the case here. So I think we're good to open up here. Let's go. I think so. Well, your sliders, you want to keep your sliders and try not to touch these. Keep these in the middle and try not to touch them throughout the whole operation here. I took all them screws out. Oh, well. Just want to be careful I'm not missing anything here. So all these screws are sort of holding it a wee bit. I took them all, I didn't screw them all out, but there must be a wee thread or two catching. Now this is the bit where you're probably going to lose your screws now, because they were in there and I couldn't really get them out, so they'll probably all fall out once I turn this over now. So you just need to be careful. Your battery wire there is just a wee bit tight fitting. I don't think we really need to open it much more than that, to be honest. Right, if you can see inside here, here we go. So, right, so we're doing this now. So on this side, now we've flipped it over, this side's are 2.4 and this side here is our 5.8 over here. So at the 2.4 side, and you can see already down in here the 2.4 wires coming down from the connector. I'll try to make this so you can see it. Can you see it here? There's the wire there. It's caught around the bottom board here. I think it's supposed to be to get tucked out of the way. So a wee pair of pliers just to unprise the wire. There we go. So we've hooked it up, we've given ourselves a wee bit of room there now. Ta-da! Right. So we can see inside now. Right, so we're inside. Here we go. This is a 2.4 gig transmitter receiver board for the control and telemetry here, and then up here is the 5.8 gigs. So we want to see here now, there's a 2.4 internal dipole, so this is the one we want to take out. So this is what we're wanting to take out, is the internal dipole antenna. So let's see it here. There we go. There we go. And these need to be, we're on the board here. These stickers and stuff. And I don't want to rush this, people, but I want to do it in real time to let you see what I'm doing, so I don't really want to speed this up. So sorry if I go quiet, it's because I'm sort of working here, you know, and I'm trying to think and concentrate and let you guys see as well. I'm sorry about the light here too. You can see the light shining here on this, but there's not much I can do about it. My lighting in my shade's poor, but I'm sure you can get a good gist of what's going on here. So this is a 2.4 gigs board, and on the right hand side of it, the wee connector, the PCI or UFI connector, was going across to the internal 2.4 I'm stuck in with a bit of stuff there. So this is what we're trying to replace here. So, and it pop off the board. So just be careful popping these off. There's one off there now. You just need to be very careful popping that off. And you want to make sure that you don't break that wee connector on the board there. If you break that center pin off that board, you're buggered. Basically, you know. Right, so we can see everything now. And where are we? And up here at the top of the board here, just off center slightly, is where we're going to be putting the hole for the 5.8 gigs antenna, because we're going to move it into the middle. Right, so we're inside the ST16 here, and we're wanting to try and get the 5.8 more or less into the middle to put another 2.4 in where the 5.8 already goes, which is, whenever it's flipped up the right way, the ST16 looking at you, will be the 5.8 originally on the right hand side. So what we need to do here now is, basically we're far enough on here now. We'll have this open, we'll have the 2.4 internal dipole pulled out and all. You can see the 5.8, see where it needs to go. It needs to go in the middle. The next thing really what we want to do is drill the hole for it really. I think we could go on to that stage here, to be honest with you. So it's time to do that. I'm going from measurements that was given from Bo Lorenzo. So thank you, Bo, from an original ST16. It's across 60mm from left to right is the measurement for the hole. So you can see here's dead center, there's a post goes down through, so we'll have to stay over to miss it almost. So just with a wee pen on top, now I'm going to mark roughly, there's center, so I know there's a center point, right? So I can see, I don't know if you can see that wee mark I made there, it's roughly center, so we'll have to stay over, looking at it down the way now with the back towards you. We're coming from here, from this antenna, which will be a 2.4 across 60mm, which is where the hole is going to be. So with my wee trusty rule, you can see there's the 60mm mark there, and that gives us loads of room from the centre across the 60mm. So we can see that we're over ever so slightly, roughly, that I get 4mm over from the centre, and we want to keep it on the same plane. Now it doesn't have to be exact, I'm going to go by eye with this. So there we go, the hole in between the two middles there is roughly, let me just see now. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Right smack bang, that was a good, right smack bang on the top of that is where we're going to drill the hole. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. There's the screws falling out. So this is where you need to be careful, because I'm wanting to set this down. Screws are going to start coming out here because they were still left in. But as long as you're careful, you'll not lose them. Right, so time for to get the drill. So you want to be dead careful doing this. I'm going to start off drilling a 2mm hole, and then up to a 4mm hole, and then up to a 6mm hole. And whenever we drill in here, we don't want to be ramming right in. You want to be careful as you can. You know, there is stuff in behind there, but we've got a bit of clearance, so if we're careful and just let the drill go in until it drills the hole and back out again, that's all we need to do. So there we go. So that's the 2mm hole. Change the drill bit here now, and we'll go up to a 4mm hole. And whenever you're drilling plastic, if you're going to set the drill onto the hole, if this is new to you and you've never done it, don't push on the drill. Don't push it in, don't force it in, just let it cut itself. Try and hold it back. You don't want it pulling into the plastic. So you want to try and almost just just barely touch the hole that you've already pre-drilled there, the pilot hole. Just barely touch it and start your drill. And just let it slowly ease through. There we go. So that's that one. Nice and easy through. And then now we're going to go up the 6mm hole. Just stepping it up like this sort of gives it a tidier finish. You know, you can use a stepper bit if you have one. And the same again, just set it gently on the hole, start it up and just take it easy and don't try to push it in. That's 6mm. I think 6 is just a wee bit too tight. I think. Yeah, 6mm is just a little hair too tight to get the SMA connector through. So I've got a 6.25 as well, which is hard to get. 6mm, 6.5. You can go up to 6.5 if you wish. Just to ream the hole out. And now I can kiss goodbye to my warranty. So, perfecto. So we'll now have the new hole in the ST16. So, I want to turn it back over again. As you can see, there's the hole now. You get a look at that. And we're just, it looks almost centered, but it's not. It's slightly over to the side just to avoid that post in there. It's something I should actually do before I start doing anything else then. The 5.8 antenna, we'll take that out now. We can take that out because we're going to be moving it. Sorry, this would probably be a wee bit quicker if I wasn't actually making a video here about this, because it would be in the way and all over it and it would have the control. I'm trying to do this so you can see everything I'm doing here, so sorry it's taking so long, but just bear with us. I'm trying to be careful too, I don't want to rush it, you know. First time for everything. So right, there's the 5.8 antenna and we're going to be moving it to the center. So connected on that board, but if you can see the wire here, it goes under the slider board here. So this is your 5.8 board here, and we want to put it out the hole, which is up here in the middle. Another thing I want to do also here, this tin foil, this foil adhesive tape, we want to cut a bit of it clear around where we bored the hole, because we don't want the earth part of the antenna touching this foil, because it will affect the radiation pattern of the antenna. It will change the electrical length, so we don't want it touching this foil shielding in here. So we'll have to cut a wee piece of that out of the way with a wee hobby knife, and just make it clear off the fitting so that it's not touching it in any way, because if it touches it in any way, it'll change the electrical length of the antenna, and it'll upset the whole thing. Your standing wave ratio and everything will upset. So I've just disconnected that to make it easier because it was under that wee board. So I'll probably have to pop that back on again to push it through the hole. But while I have that out, what I'm going to do is just in here, if you can see, in here with a wee small hobby knife, I'm going to try and clear a bit of this foil away from around the hole. A bit tricky because it's well stuck down. I'll maybe speed this wee bit up here, but as you can see I'm cutting around the hole to remove a bit away from the hole, so I'll speed this piece up. Right, okay, just something to notice there now. As you can see, so right, the 5.8 gigs antenna is going to be up in the centre here at the top of the ST16, and this is the one we removed, the SMA connector from the board. What I had to do there actually was, now you didn't see it here, was, and I can't really zoom into this connector too great, I don't think it will focus on it. It's hard to see, but on the SMA connector it's like a hex shaped fit an 8mm spanner. On one side of it, sort of, I had to get the grinder and go down flush with the threads, because along the back panel of the ST16 where I drilled the hole through is like a wee support and brace bit of plastic for the back handle where it's fitted, and the hole is more or less flush. So what I've done was I got the grinder, just took that down flush, and it now means that I can pop this into the hole. If you followed that, it's if you understand what I'm talking about, you know, it's nothing too hard to do, anybody can do it. Just get the Dremel out, that's what I used there, the wee Dremel. I just got the wee connector and took it down flat, you know. It'll not affect it at all, and whenever I look on the other side you'll not even see it anyway. Just something to make you aware of whenever you are doing this, but now it just means that just pops in perfectly there. So it's something for you to keep watch on. So that's the 5.8 in the middle now, and we'll put the nut on. So there we go. Now the 5.8 is in, as you can see. Haven't tightened it, I'll tighten it after, but it's in now. As you can see, the 5.8 is now in the centre, and I can pop it back onto the wee board here. It shouldn't be too hard. We'll come below the battery power line. Pop back on. Pretty simple, straightforward enough. So in fact, if that goes down on, I'll be over. In fact, we'll not put that under the power cable. In fact, we'll not put that under there. Just thinking, just trying to figure out myself which way is going to be the best to do this here. You know, like I say, this is my first time doing this too, so it's the first time. It's not like I've been and done this already, and I know how to do it. You guys are with me on this. We're doing this together. I'm just trying to figure out which is the best approach to sort of do this, if you understand me. You know, so maybe you might have a better way or whatever, I don't know. That'll be up to yourselves. But the good thing is you don't have to go and source none of these wee wires. The one I'm going to be using here and this one here isn't the right way, they're a wee bit short. The Itelite antenna comes with the two new cables to make this a much simpler job, and you can put it in, it's nothing near as tight or anything like that. So the 5.8 is now back in. I'll be flipping over like so. Bring that around a wee bit, we'll tidy it up a bit, a touch. Right, so that's that. So it just leaves us now to pop in the 2.4. And this will be the tricky one. So sorry guys, my big fat head and all getting in the way. I really didn't think, I didn't want to rush this, but I didn't think it was going to take me so long either. Now, that's it on hand tight, the centre one's hand tight. We're good to go back together. The only thing is now with this, because my pigtail here is too short, this is mine, this isn't the one that comes with the Itelite antenna, this is mine, this is my SMA DFI wire. It's slightly short. It will fit, but it means I need to start closing it up before I can pop it back on. So we're ready to go. The 5.8 is now moved. We've left the internal 5.8 dipole antenna still inside the ST16. I haven't done nothing with it. We've moved the 5.8 to the centre. We've removed the Hey guys, sorry about that. My camera just decided to rudely take a wee break and just cut itself off on me there and stopped recording. So as I was saying, right, so we've took out the 2.4 internal dipole antenna. We've took that out. We've moved the 5.8 into the centre now. I explained a wee bit about the SMA connector. I had to grind a wee bit off the side of it to get it to fit in. You'll see what I mean if you ever go to do this modification. The 2.4 gig antenna that we are putting in now, the Itelite antenna kit, the new antenna kit for the ST16 Plus comes with new cables, so you don't have to worry about length and trying to fit them in. They come with the proper size cables. My cables here at the minute are not the correct length, but I will be able to make them fit whenever I'm closing the thing down. So basically I'm ready now to close this up, to be honest with you. In fact, but I need to connect this up. What have I to do here? I have to put the serial number back in. But yeah, and tighten things up whenever we're shut. But yeah, that's it. As far as I can see, that's everything done now. We're all in, good to go, and ready to close it back up again. So, as I was saying, my antenna here, you will not see this, but maybe I'll just see it no more. There, we're on, click there. So that's my antenna back on there. We'll bring that round to the side a little bit. You won't have to worry about this, you will have plenty of length. If you buy the kit, you'll have plenty of length there. There's a wee bit of tape in over that there. We'll just put this all back together now, the way it was whenever I got it, or opened it. Put the wee serial number back in that I took out at the start. Make sure everything's clear. Everything seems fine. Right, so we're closed back up again now. Everything's connected, it's just a matter of popping all the screws back in. Here. Maybe. And that's just to remind you again, guys, maybe some of you are watching this video here and you know via Facebook and stuff that I'm going to try and make a wee video with everybody's clips that are being sent in, piece it all together like a unique pilot. What is it we're going to, I don't know what we're going to call it just yet, but unique worldwide pilots video compilation or something like that we'll call it. So keep sending them in, and if we've more than enough we'll make a couple of them rather than just the one, you know. And another wee thing, if is there no way in confident in doing this sort of stuff and modifying anything, just if you really don't feel confident, don't do it, you know. Just a wee word of advice, you don't want you getting halfway through and then feeling that you've got too deep into it or something's just, you know, but it's not a hard modification to do. You see it there, that's my first time doing it myself, you know. I know not everybody will be sort of electronically or mechanically minded, like, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, I'm just saying that it might not be everybody's cup of tea doing this sort of stuff, you know. So if you don't feel confident in doing something like this, just don't tackle it. Ask somebody who does know how to do it, or somebody who wants to do it, or well, not somebody who wants to do it, you may want to do it but not know how. but if you want to get this modification done to your ST16 and you don't feel that you can do it yourself, get somebody else to do it. But you've seen the video here now, we've done it step by step, you know, really in real time. I haven't speeded it up or cut bits out, you know. It's went together. We opened it up, took it apart, put it back together, and done everything in order, you know. So if I done it here now, there's nothing to stop you doing it whenever you get the parts, you know. But like I said, I've been speaking with Carlos and stuff like that, and we're seeing what modifications we can do to bring this up, the Typhoon H up to the same sort of spec as the Pro version. So If any of you have any questions about this sort of stuff, or want to know a wee bit more information about everything, get on to Carlos there, or Carolina Dronz, but Carlos would probably be your #1 stop, and then he can direct you from there. But get on to Carlos at that, look him up on Facebook. It's at Typhoon H EU, no dots or nothing like that, just Typhoon H EU. You'll come across it, and speak to Carlos there. He'll help you out in any way he possibly can. You know, he can supply you with them cables there, he can supply you with the antenna kits for the Typhoon H, he can supply you with, whenever he gets it, eventually, the Itelite antenna as a kit. And I think from the last time I was talking, what he's going to do is possibly make a bundle. So you buy the antenna kit for the H and the antenna kit for the ST16, that's the Itelite antenna kit, and it'll come with everything you need to modify the H and the ST16. It'll come with all the cables, it comes with a heat shrink, comes with everything you need to know how to do this it comes with everything you need to do this modification to basically turn your H into a Pro version. So ta-da! We're back together. A few more wee things to do. We need to get the wrong way. Get these back in. Like I say, it's still sticky, you know, and this side's still sticky. Getting these here, wee rubber holes, rubber pushed into the grommet, will probably be the trickiest part, I would imagine. Just takes a good push to get them down and through. There's the grips back on. You can put the battery back in. There we go. Battery's back in. Put the back on. The only thing it's going to leave me to do now is to tighten up the connectors, and you don't want to over tighten these either. And probably if you have an 8mm spanner to hand would probably be a bit better, but I don't have one to hand, so ta-da! And we are done. Fantastico, amazing. So there you go. We now have the 3 antennas on the top of the ST16. So we now have the ST16 Plus. Yoo-hoo! Right, so I was talking earlier on to you guys there. I was telling you about the antennas I have here. They're not really designed for the ST16. I had to trim it very slightly. Ever so slightly, just to make it match. And where are we? So this is the original 2.4 antenna from Yuneek, and if you're doing this modification and you aren't wanting to fit the Itelite antenna, definitely my advice would be get in touch with Yuneek and get yourself the correct antenna for the other side here. It's definitely a big plus. But like I say, I'm going to be fitting the Itelite antenna here, so at the minute, just as a temporary measure, I'm going to be fitting the wee 2.4 gig rubber duck antenna. Right, so the other, now, as I was saying, sorry, 2.4 gigs antenna here. This is not the stock or standard antenna for it, but for now it'll suffice. It'll do me as a temporary measure until I get the new Itelite antenna. Move this out of the way. Ta-da! And there we have it. So like I say, I wouldn't advise using these type of antennas for prolonged use. Maybe yes, as a temporary measure, just for a short term if you're doing something like this. But I'd advise you get yourself a stock antenna if you're not going to use the Itelite antenna. But the whole reason we're doing this is to get the Itelite on and give us a bit more sort of gain on the antenna side, more for the video link and your control and telemetry link. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. Sorry I dragged on a wee bit there. I tried to keep it sort of talking. I'm not really into doing videos and talking at the same time. You can see my ugly mug in the reflection here. But we all run through that together. Same time, live, well, real time. And that's it, modified, that's it. You now have the ST16 Plus. While I'm here, quickly then, what we'll do is, I have this screen protector that Carlos can also get you, and this is the proper screen protector for the ST16. This is not the screen protector for the ST24. This is one now for the ST16. I still have the original protector that comes on it, so what I'll maybe do here now actually is we'll move that, make this nice and so there we go, that's the new screen protector for it, and you can see, look at that. You've probably seen earlier on the reflection of that light above me here in my shed, and that's it now with the new screen protector, also available from Carlos there, Typhoon H Get in touch with him, he can sort you out with them anti-glare screen protectors specifically for you. You can see the perfect fit right around the edges, it's not too small or anything, it went on perfect there, it was a good fit. You know, that was perfect. It's on perfect, there we go. Let her bit up and we'll see here what it looks like through, but I'm happy enough with that, guys. There we go, that's the modification done. There we go. Hope you liked that, hope you enjoyed the video. Like I say, get the antenna kits, the Itelite antenna kit and pigtails and stuff off Carlos, Typhoon H or get on with Frank at Carolina Dronz also. Speak to him, he'll sort you out. That's the best I can do there, let you see how to go about modifying the ST16, and there's really no more to it. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Sorry it dragged on a bit for you guys. I'm sure you're probably sick of listening to me and probably sick of this. You're probably going, I wish the hell he would hurry up. And that's it, we're on. We're not connected to NH, obviously it's in the house, but there we go, guys. Take care, thanks for watching. I'll stick a couple of links down below to the... Hey, thanks very much for watching there. Anyway, I hope that gave you a wee bit of an insight into the ST16 and how to go about modifying it there and to turn it into the ST16 Plus, more or less. You know, I'm not too sure if there's any software differences, but definitely the hardware changes we just did there with the extra antenna. Really, that's all we just done, was really basically stick an extra antenna on, moved the 5.8 into the middle and stuck a 2.4 on externally, and that was basically it. And if all goes to plan and all turns out well, you'll end up with something like this. Ta-da! So I'm pleased with how that turned out. It took a wee bit longer than what I expected, but if it was on my own and I wasn't trying to record a video for you guys to watch along there and do it in real time, I probably would have done it a wee bit faster, you know. But all in all, it went smooth enough there, nothing really to worry about, you know, nothing tricky about it, nothing too hard about it. So, and then the screen protector at the end, it was probably the most terrifying bit because I didn't want to get any dust in below the screen protector. Fitting them sometimes can be a nightmare. Luckily there was no dust floating about in here and we got it sorted right and easy there, you know, went on no problem. So get in touch with Carlos, Typhoon H or is it Frank at Carolina Dronz. Get in touch with either of them guys. If you're stateside, get in touch with Frank at Carolina Dronz. If you're not and you're about Europe or UK, get in touch with Carlos. He can get you sorted with getting the antenna kit or the cables or whatever you need to modify the ST16. The antennas for the H as well, speak to him about that. and about the Itelite, or maybe even get the whole bundle together as a complete kit. He can supply you with the whole lot, you know, as soon as it becomes available. He'd be the man to help you with that. So yeah, it's all looking good. So next will be the camera mod. I'm getting a lens for the CG03 Plus in a week or so's time, so that'll be the next one. And I'll do the same thing as well. I'll do it like real time. I'm not going to edit it and speed it and cut and chop it, so we'll try and do it real time. I know it makes YouTube videos really long and some people get sick of watching them and bored, but at the end, it's the only way you're going to see it, you know what I mean? I could speed it all up like I did with the H that time, but you just don't get to see. But because this didn't take that long, really, you know, that's why I decided just to go ahead and do it real time. So yes, we're all modified and we're ready to go. So good luck to you guys. If you need any help or want any more information, get in touch. Leave a wee comment down below there. Like and subscribe. Leave a wee comment, and I'll certainly be more than happy to get back and help you out in any way that I can. I'm busy with work, and this is only a hobby. So if I don't get back to you that day or the next day, give it a wee while. And once I get caught up on what I'm doing, I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can, you know. So all the best, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe if you did. If you don't, well, the thumbs down then I take it too, but whatever, who cares. 73s, take care. We'll get you again and fly safe. All the best for now. Bye bye.